Hi, my name is Stacy, and I'm making this video in regards to a personal situation that I have been dealing with for the last 27 years of my life. I am currently being stalked by an ex-boyfriend of mine, the father of my son, a guy by the name of. Things had begun to go bad for us. I decided that it would be best if I got out of the relationship and took my son and left. I met this guy in Tampa, Florida, back in 1996, and our son was born October 28th of 97. Initially, when I moved out of his...
Alright, what's up with it, y'all? So look, man, I'm back again with another video right now. Listen, the title of her video says, victimized and stalked by my ex-boyfriend for 27 years, asking for the public's help. I don't know what's up with that, but to be, stalked or, bothered with in any type of way, shape, form, or fashion that you don't like is a form of harassment, stalking, and it's lame and it's weird as hell. And people need to get checked out these days, bro. People are having detachment issues and attachment issues to another level, and it ain't healthy, you feel me? But let's go ahead and watch this and see what the hell is going on with the whole situation. If you're a supporter of mine, I appreciate y'all for being here. I hope that y'all do have a good day, or y'all did have a good day, just depending on when y'all see this. And when I say that, I'm only talking to those who say it back to me in return, or just wishing the same thing for me and just not typing it out for whatever the reason may be. And that, my social media is down there too if y'all want to. I got my Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, second and third, fourth YouTube channel. All is gonna be down there if y'all want to add those. If you don't want to, I'm not doing no tripping on that. But to those who want to lock in with me outside of this YouTube, that's all you gotta do. But let's jump into this and see what's up. Let's go.
Hi, my name is Stacy, and I'm making this video in regards to a personal situation that I have been dealing with for the last 27 years of my life. I am currently being stalked by an ex-boyfriend of mine, the father of my son, a guy by the name of Michael Allen Rockefeller. The stalking began 27 years ago when our son was only 2 years old.
Right.
We lived together for a while and was engaged to be married. And at that time, things had begun to go bad for us. I decided that it would be best if I got out of the relationship and took my son and left. I met this guy in Tampa, Florida, back in 1996, and our son was born October 28th of 97. Initially, when I moved out of his house, I moved down the street to 6119 Memorial Highway, which was about 7 minutes away from where my son's father lived. From that moment on, every time that I've ever moved and relocated, my son's father has always managed to locate me, stalk after me, harass me, badger me, and torment me to death. It has physically been 27 years later, because our son is now 29 years old and an adult, and the stalking has continued. What my son's father has managed to do over the years is track me down through my social security number, which he has, because we were in the middle of a 3-year custody battle with our son, my date of birth, my social, and has put that information of what I believe out on the World Wide Web. Hired some thugs, some wannabe gangbangers, to break into my home and vandalize my house, my property, steal items out of my home, out of my property, damage my cars, key my cars, and steal anything that they so please.
He acting like a girl.
I believe that they are accessing my house through an actual key cutter, making a key, and letting themselves in. When I relocated to Pennsylvania in March of 2021, I live in a small town called Indiana. I'm not a very popular person at all. I don't do social media. I don't hang out. I don't party. I don't club. I don't drink. So it's really no way to really know anything about me, my whereabouts, and where I live. My house was vandalized and broken into in Indiana, Pennsylvania. At that time, I filed a police report with Indiana and naming him as the mastermind behind it. I since then moved from Pennsylvania to Perrysburg, Ohio, where I rented a 2-bedroom apartment with my cousin. Several days later, our apartment was broken into and some items were stolen from mine. I reached out to our landlord and said that, hey, I believe somebody's gotten into our apartment. My personal belongings, my $489 prescription Dharma glasses have just walked up out of my apartment and I need my locks changed, which they gladly came out and did the following day. And they were able to get back into the apartment after the locks had been changed and continue to vandalize my apartment, damaging my belongings, my furniture, and anything that they could remotely get their hands on. I relocated back to Texas in August of 2023 to help my ex-husband sell our old home. And at that time, that house had been vandalized. I have purchased security systems through ADT as well as Vivid and have had cameras put in my homes to be able to watch for any type of illegal activity. My son father is probably one of the most brilliant people on the face of this earth, because when it comes to hacking into computer systems, IP addresses, anything that's dealing with the internet, he's a mastermind behind it all. When these situations would come up to where things would come up stolen in our home or have been vandalized, our security camera would miraculously stop recording. So there was never really nothing that we could take to the police department. I have filed over 5 police reports in 5 different states. And I have said it once, and I've said it twice. I believe that it is him that is behind this. He is the mastermind of putting this type of operation together. He has never gotten over the fact that we have broken up. He has never been able to really accept that. He's never really been able to grasp the concept that our relationship ended
27 years ago. Okay, look, I was just mentioning that a while ago, like how some people have detachment and attachment issues. But ultimately, when it comes to situations like this, man, it's hard to say what he did without bona fide facts and shit like that. And y'all already know I try to play it fair, keep it 100 as I can. But it do feel like that she is telling the truth. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It feels like, when somebody is very manipulative and they're very smart, they know how to do certain things and make it to where you can't even put the finger on them. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, I know somebody gonna say we don't know what he did to her and what she did to him, and you're correct. But simply with her coming out like this is a cry for help, in my personal opinion, and I do feel like that it needs to be investigated to, the maximum extent. She needs to hire a private investigator, and she says she wants the public's help. I just feel like sometimes. Well, a lot of the times it's very good, but sometimes it can be even, worse bringing it to the internet, because it'll put fuel to the fire and people try to silence you. I just hope that she's staying safe, and I wish that she could do something different to kind of help her situation out, as far as like changing the social security number or something that can kind of help her out. But when you've been married to someone for so long, it's kind of hard to maneuver because they got literally everything on you. That's why some people have a hard time getting out of a relationship, because they feel like, shit, if I do leave, this person gonna ruin my whole entire life. But to be, stalked for 27 years is crazy, But, if you're looking at it like what she could have did to him, it make you think. But ultimately, I'm riding with her on this. And I normally don't just ride with a person just because they on the internet, because people got that shit bad. I just feel like it's so detailed and descriptive, like, it's just certain shit that's giving me that vibe, like, she ain't bullshit, And people are good at that too, but I just got a feeling about her, you know what I'm saying? But, and y'all know I'll call bullshit if it's some bullshit, you know what I'm saying? But I hope that she do get some help. I've been behind the scenes looking at her profile picture and shit like that, her page, and I'm gonna put her information at the end of the video or somewhere in the video. But she don't be on social media like that. She only got like 3 posts that I seen, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, if all of this shit is happening everywhere she goes, something going on. Don't be mad at me if you run across the video. I'm just saying, it could be anything. I just hate to put something on one person without bona fide facts. But I'm still rocking with you now. But ultimately, you never know what the hell the real issue is. But I'm riding with what she's saying, though, because it just feels like the truth. But let's get back into it.
Years ago. and I'm not coming back. Some people can get along better when they're not with each other.
Right.
Somehow it just works out that way. Then there are those who will not be able to accept the fact that you have left them. They will not be able to accept the fact that it's over between them. They cannot see themselves living without you. And it doesn't matter how many times I've relocated, which has been 18 times since the year 2000, including this location here. Everywhere I've ever lived, everywhere I've ever moved, every job I've ever had, every car I've ever had, he has managed to track me down and find me. I am at the point right now where I have decided to go public with this video, asking the public for help. I recently bought a house here in Beaumont, Texas, and closed on the house last week. There are boxes, as you can see, throughout my house that I haven't even had a chance to really get situated and settled.
You know what? I really hate that she said this part right here. And I know somebody gonna be wishing I took it out, but she didn't. So what's the point of me doing it? Just get on with that shit. But I just want to simply say, you know, with her giving out her location, her city, and saying that she just moved, it makes it so much easier for a person to find you again. You know what I'm saying? Or new people to come find you. Knowing what they know now, because it went viral on TikTok. Knowing what they know now, every time something happened, they're going to think it was your husband, or people going to think that, or the police going to think that, or something like that. Your ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, or whatever. They're going to think it's him. So it's kind of, you know, sketchy to kind of put this information out there. I just had to say that because it's just done. I mean, like, damn, she giving out her location. But let's get back into it, though.
I was working on Labor Day up in Houston, Texas, and my ex was working up in his job in Houston, Texas, when we came home and noticed that our house had been vandalized. And what I mean by that is we came home and our brand new house with brand new cabinets
Oh, they already
had been cut out. That's his MO. We went to work today. We came home from work today to find that our dishwasher, which by the way I haven't used, and as you can see I haven't used it because it's brand new, has been scratched all the way down to the metal of that. And we were at work today for 10 hours. My custom cabinets have been keyed and scratched down all the way through the paint. As you can see behind me, these are custom cabinets. This is black, a color that I picked out, along with a charcoal color gray. We got home this evening from work to find that scratches had been put into our cabinets, which I can show you, and paint had been chipped. We both were at work today for 10 hours. I'm gonna walk throughout my house and show you that every day when I come home, I have to physically inspect my house for damages and things that have been done to my house while my ex-husband and I have been at work. Marble floors in my bathroom have been chipped, and I will show you this. That's been all chipped up. This is what he did. His motto is, if I cannot have you, no other man will. And if you won't pay any attention to me, and if you won't talk to me, then I will go after the very thing that you cherish and love the most, and that's your home. My ex-husband and I work very hard for the things that we have. If it's anybody that's going to tear anything up, let us be the ones to tear it up. I'm asking for the public's help this time around to be on the lookout for my home. I reside in Beaumont, Texas. This is a new construction home. This is in the country because I've always wanted to live in the country. It's peace and quiet out here, and there's not a lot that goes on. So when you find that your home has been vandalized and you haven't even been in your home for 5 days, then you have no choice but to go public with it and ask for the public's help. I'm asking for you all to help me because this has gone on for entirely too long. For 27 years, I have been tormented and tortured by this man. I have been stalked. I have been badgered. I have been harassed. I have been afraid to look over my shoulder. I live my life in the shadows. I'm not on social media. I don't go out and party. I eliminate all the possibilities of anyone remotely saying, hey, I saw her, I saw her out at a club and this, that, and the other, and it was located in Houston, Texas, or it was located in Beaumont, Texas. That's never going to be the case with me. I can assure you, after working a 10-hour shift at the airport in Houston, I'm all but too tired to come home and get out of my shoes and get a rest. But I'm afraid for my life. And I live my life in fear. I'm afraid that when I come home, that my home is going to be vandalized, that my items are going to be destroyed, and that something is going to be taken away from me. I'm making this video to ask you all for your help. And I'm going to post some pictures of him as well. This is my son's father. And that's our son when he was little. His name is Michael Allen Rockefeller. He is a Caucasian male that has blonde hair and blue eyes. His height is about 5'10", and back then, and that's been almost 27 years ago,
Now look, she doing all of this. It's some truth to this shit, cause I'm telling you, I know, cause I'm only saying that because I know some people be doubting people so bad, which is understandable because the internet is weird, and I'm the biggest person that's on that type of shit. Like, I don't believe the first thing I see on somebody when they come to the internet because people be lying and shit. But this seems like a very, very serious situation, and I would hate to be the person who's thinking that this isn't a serious situation. She's going too in depth. She has too many details. She's ready to pick out so much stuff. And some people may feel like this is impossible to happen until it happens to them. You feel me? Y'all so caught up in the movies and shit, y'all don't realize that the movies come from a lot of different real life situations. You feel me? This shit really, really got me kind of, nervous for her. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm down here in Texas too, and I know being out there in the country and shit make you a real big target. You feel me? Like, especially when there's some shit like this going on, and I know some people gonna kind of go against that too, saying you're not a target when you're in the damn country. But when you got some shit going on like this, yes you are, bro. Like, you're a lady, you know what I'm saying? You don't probably have the tactical skills that this guy has, you know what I'm saying? You don't really, expect things to happen. But damn, when you put your cameras up and shit, but she said he getting around them basically. Like, it's just a really, really weird situation. They need to do some more investigation, investigations on him, look further into him and try to figure out what the hell is really, really going on, because this situation right here kind of got me like, damn, what if this was my auntie or some shit like that, or my mama too, anybody, any woman that's in my life, you know what I'm saying, that's a family member. I would kind of be like, God damn, this shit here crazy as hell, boy, and it make me on edge every day, trying to make sure you're all right, because at some point in time it could lead to you losing your life. There's another video that I added to this one too, a second post about the situation. It says update, but I don't know exactly what the hell happened with this video for us to get an update. Well, she probably just trying to tell us what the hell going on after this went viral. But let's get back into it though.
It might have been at maybe 180. Here's a picture of him with our godmother. The last known address that I had for Michael Rockefeller is a Dallas address. And it was at 190 North Moore Road, apartment 6205 Capel, Texas, 75019. His date of birth is August 20th, 1962. Driver's license number is 18895683, and that's a Texas driver's license. Social Security number I do have, but I will not repeat the entire Social Security, but I do have the last four as being 9316. I am going public with this video and posting it on YouTube and asking everyone for their help. For women who live their life in fear, for those of us who are dealing with ex-husbands and ex-boyfriends, who are dealing with demons and madmen, and people who have decided that I can make your life a living hell, and I will. Please help us. We are powerless against these kind of men. And it doesn't matter how much you stay away from them. It doesn't matter where you move, what type of car you buy, how you change your appearance, how much weight you gain or lose. They will always, always find you. They are predators, and they prey upon the weak. He has been an enemy. He has made himself an enemy of me. He never wanted to get along with me for the sake of our son. And when I walked away 27 years ago, this is my punishment for remarrying someone and moving on with my life. So please help me. If you've seen this man, if you know anything about him, his whereabouts, if you know anyone that he hangs out with, if you know his job location, if you've seen him around town, if you recognize him on any of these photos, please reach out to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department with any pertinent information that you may have. I have an open case with them, and I'm asking for the public's help. Pray for my safety. Pray for my ex-husband's safety. Pray for all of the women who live their life in fear. And may God protect us all. Hi, Stacy again. Just checking in with you guys. Wanted to post a video real quick to kind of give an update on what's been sort of going on since I posted the first video initially of being stalked by my son's father for a very long time, 27 years to be exact. First off, just wanted to say thank you to everyone for all your warm thoughts and your prayers, your tips, and all your information that you have submitted to me. Just know it has been, first off, completely overwhelming. And yes, I have taken all of it into consideration, and it's been a lot. So again, I want to thank you guys from the bottom of my heart for thinking of me and wishing me well. Quick update here. Has anything recently happened or what's been going on since I posted the video? Nothing so much, but that definitely doesn't mean anything. In the past, when things have occurred between my son, father, and I, when he goes somewhere and he's quiet, or he gets somewhere and just kind of goes into what I call like remission, that usually means that he's up to something, that he's just planning his next assault, or he's regrouping, or he's recouping for his next situation or circumstance, or whatever he's going to do. So in saying that, what I usually do is just keep my eyes open and my ears to the ground, just paying close attention to things that are surrounding me when I go out and about, when I'm in the stores, looking over my shoulders. Do I feel like someone's following me? Is there a spotter when I go into a local Walmart or a local HEB grocery store here? Is someone pulling up on the side of me? And just different things like that. I'm always aware of my surroundings and what's going on. So having said that, what's in store? What's going to happen? Well, as you all know, with stalking and with the hacking into my security systems in the past, my private emails, my phone. So naturally, I don't want to put too much information out there as I'm sure he's watching these videos, and basically seeing, what's she up to, what's her next step. That way he can stay one step ahead of me. So, without putting too much information out there, probably what's going to end up happening is I'm just going to take the next step and sort of moving on or moving forward, and try to take the next step, or that new leaf in my life, so to speak, that new adventure that I'm looking to do. I'm not going to sit back and let this man rob me of my joy and my happiness, which is definitely what he's tried to do over the years. Keep me where I am unhappy and down in the dumps, and miserable, kind of sort of like he is, but I refuse to give in.
Straight up.
Each day that is blessed to me, or each day that is not promised to me, I'll wake up, with, God's blessings, and knowing that I'm being protected by Heavenly Father, and, just, it's going to take that next step and saying, hey, what, I'm going to make the best of what today, is going to bring me. So, moving towards that, and moving, toward a new adventure, or a new leaf in my life is definitely something that, I'm going to probably start putting into place. So I just want to give you guys a quick update to let you all know that I am amongst the land of the living. I'm here with you guys. I know a lot of people have been concerned. Stacey, please, post the video. Let us know how you're doing. We're worried. We're concerned. But I'm here with you guys. I'm here. And I want to thank you all again so much for, all your thoughts and your tips, and all the different resources, the different tools that you all have, presented to me. It's been overwhelming, and it's been very, very, touching. So, I might not post another video. If I don't, you guys, I think y'all probably be able to understand. If I do, just know that maybe we'll see each other again, hopefully another time, and perhaps another place. All right. Until then, you guys take care, and thank you all again, and God bless.
Well, listen to that video, you know what I'm saying? Basically, I just want to say I hope that you're okay. I hope that everybody out there who's going through a situation like this can get past their situation. I hope that they can get the justice that they deserve, and I just really hope, and pray that people that go through anything out there associated with somebody not letting them just live their life, that they can find a way to get through all of that shit, because it's got to be a very, very sad thing to live like that, But let me know your thoughts and opinions on everything. We'll talk about everything in the comment section, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.